If it smells like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, is it a duck? Wrong. It's a penguin. This keyboard case does look like the Logitech Touch Combo. It looks just like it. Doing a deeper dive, this keyboard case is vastly different from the Logitech Touch. This is a keyboard case from a company called CHESONA. Honestly, I think Logitech might sue. Hey, it's V. Let's get started. The iPad Pros always have the best keyboard cases for the premium market. The Touch Combo is $200. The Magic Keyboard is over $300. Most manufacturers attempt to undercut the high end to sell for a cheaper price point just because they can't compete premium high end. Some even go lower to under $100. Anything budget can be hit or miss. Sometimes the budget stuff can be really good. Corners are being cut to really hit that sweet spot. A no-name brand called CHESONA released a keyboard case a few years ago that turned the iPad Pro into a laptop. It wasn't anything special, it was neat. They do have another keyboard case for either of the Pros, the 11-inch and 12.9-inch. It looks just like the Logitech Touch Combo, but is it really any good? This can be picked up off Amazon for around $80. Is it really better than paying the premium for the Combo Touch? This keyboard case is nice to the touch. It has a nice soft fabric material. It's also made from ABS plastic. Velcro straps in the box. If the iPad doesn't fit perfectly into the case, the Velcro straps to keep the iPad a little bit more secure. I really haven't had any issues with the case. Weird things do occasionally happen. It also does come with the instructions, pretty standard stuff. This keyboard case does have a tearaway design, not many manufacturers really do have. Everyone has copied the Magic Keyboard to death, and Amazon is littered with those. Typically, I don't touch those because 99% of the time, they're all the same. Even McDonald's has a Magic Keyboard clone somewhere. This is actually something different. The backside of the case has a sturdy kickstand, with it being more budget. Typically, corners are cut in order to meet that lower price point. A budget keyboard case I reviewed back in January was the Doko 5. I mean, that did have a good keyboard part, but the case itself was junk. Hands down, it was the worst part of the package. You could tell where corners were cut to meet that $80 threshold. I will say this case is pretty well built. The kickstand is pretty nice and sturdy. The iPad attaches to the case on each corner for more of a secure fit. Maybe over time the corners will give out. The Velcro might be needed. The trackpad is big and spacious, much bigger than what you get on the Magic Keyboard. There is a shortcut to turn off the trackpad. Usually that means danger. On the right side of the keyboard has the indicator lights for Bluetooth pairing, caps lock, and charging. Next to that is the USB Type-C port and the on and off switch. Overall, the keyboard case is not too bulky. It's not too heavy, only at 2 pounds. The Magic Keyboard is over 3.5 pounds. One good thing about the case is because how the iPad connects to the case, the top of the iPad is not being covered up, so the Apple Pencil 2 here will work with a sleeve, so bonus points for that. I will say this kickstand is nice and sturdy, it is pretty well built. I can put the iPad either in portrait or landscape on the desk. It's pretty much perfect for FaceTime calls, watching videos, browsing the web. Either orientation will work. Even with that sturdy hinge, it is perfect for drawing. This is one thing that CHESONA did not cheap out on. To pair the keyboard, you hold down Function plus E to enter Bluetooth pairing. The indicator light will flash blue. Go to Bluetooth settings on the iPad, find the keyboard and pair it. It does have auto wake and sleep. On top, where the pencil holder is, there is a magnetic strap to keep everything closed. The strap is pretty flimsy, and the magnets are fairly weak. It would have been better if they did not have this at all. It can be charged with USB Type-C to Type-C charging. This form factor is not the best for the lap, just because of the design. The keyboard case is backlit with 7 different colors and 3 levels of brightness. Really, the backlit colors are fairly dim. I really had to crank up the brightness on my camera just to see the colors. If you are like me and you do like some good sci-fi dramas with a wonderful cast of characters which spans over a dozen books, X-Force by Craig Allison is a series to really check out. Pre-order now for book 16, which does drop in December. Right now with my promo code, you can get 2 free audiobooks, 30 days for free, and after the free trial, it's $14.95 a month. You can cancel at any time. Re-listening with Skippy and Joe is such a wild ride. This series is one worth checking out. With that big and generous trackpad, how well will it perform? With an option to turn it off, typically that is a bad sign, because if it was good, why is there an option to turn it off? One finger works pretty well. Clicking and dragging, highlighting text, works like normal. 2 fingers scrolling up and down works equally as good. There are no native Apple gestures here, no pinch to zoom. 3 fingers swiping up will bring up multitasking. 3 fingers swiping across to show open apps, being able to switch between them. Swiping down will take you home. 4 fingers for screenshot. Usually these gestures are standard for most foldable keyboards. Keyboard cases are a toss-up. Like, I will say the trackpad does work well. Occasionally there are some hiccups if moving too fast. Overall, the keyboard case is pretty solid. The trackpad is the weakest part of the whole package. It's big, spacious, quite usable, and really clicky. If they came out with version 2, like the Apple gestures, should be standard across the board. On the flip side, this keyboard is really good. I reviewed a keyboard case last year for the Mini 6, and that was the best keyboard case for the Mini 6. That was this one, just smaller. It was the same company that makes this, and it does not disappoint. Having a chiclet style layout with a full-size QWERTY keyboard equals success. This is by far one of the best typing experiences I have ever used under $100. I can easily break 60 words per minute with this thing. With this alone, I can forgive the lackluster trackpad because the keyboard here is worth it. Even having that soft fabric on top makes resting my wrists on top of it more comfortable. One issue with the keyboard is the backlight, even our max brightness, can be fairly dim, but besides that, this is hands down the best typing experience for any sub $100 keyboard. My closing thoughts are, this keyboard case is not from Apple or Logitech. It just kind of does its own thing. The design, the kickstand, the keyboard, best part of the $80 package. It works that well. A few things that could be improved, the trackpad and the backlight for the keyboard. It's a sub $100 keyboard case. It does hit most of the check marks. As a keyboard case, it's pretty good. The trackpad does hold it back a little bit, and being under $100, this is a product worth checking out. So like always, it's V, stay classy.